the June 23rd meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call. Here.
Here.
We have 2 board members. We have a quorum. Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes. I know you sent them to me, but because of the storm last night, I was more interested in watching the storm, and I didn't get a chance to look at them. And did you get a chance, Heather?
No, I'll make a recommendation that we defer action.
Okay. So I'll concur with that. Item A, request for advertising dates of June 30th and July 7th with a bid opening date of July 28th for the 4th District Van Buren project. Do I have a recommendation to set those advertising and bid opening dates?
I'll make that recommendation.
And I'll concur. Next, we move to item B. We have a contract with Rex Construction for the 6th District Local Street Project. Street and sidewalk improvements on Orchard Drive from Kennedy to Arkansas Avenue. And what's the dollar amount? $695,666.55. Do I have a recommendation to approve the contract with Rex?
Recommendation to approve the contract?
And I'll concur. Item C, correspondence received from the engineering department requesting $920,000 from Councilman Mark Kalwinski for the overlay program. Does he have Lake Avenue on there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Lake Avenue and D2 Railroad. I'll make the recommendation to approve the councilman's request.
And I'll concur. Item D, correspondence received from Gary Material Supply LLC requesting a reset date for work at 5620 Soul Avenue to close Hiles Avenue June 27th through the 29th and Soul Street from July 6th through the 8th. Do I have a recommendation approving those changes?
I'll make that recommendation.
And I'll concur. Item E, correspondence received from Unilever requesting the parking exception for the week of July 4th through July 11th for Calumet Avenue north of Indianapolis Boulevard. I think they already requested that, but they changed the window, right, Lynn? Do I have a recommendation approving that?
Make a recommendation to approve the new dates.
And I'll concur. Item F, correspondence received from Chief John Doty approving the request to reroute JF Mahoney Drive one-way east on Sunday, June 26th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., approval of a block party in the 800 block of Logan, and the disposal authorization. Do I have a recommendation to approve all 3 of those requests?
I'll make a recommendation to approve the chief's requests.
And I'll concur. Item G, self-funded workers' compensation insurance service agreement with Professional Claims Management for services from July 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2018. Did you get a chance to review that? Or?
I did. I had a meeting with Professional Claims Management. We've reviewed everything. It is my recommendation to approve the contracts.
And I'll concur. Item H, emergency demolition for property located at 959 Michigan Street.
Yes.
There was a fire there, right?
There was a fire there. 2 fires actually started within 24 hours. So on behalf of Chris, Kelly, and Kurt, I'm here to enter an emergency demo order. From the emails, it looks like that State Farm claim adjuster Tom Nelson has authorized the demo, but the owner will not sign an agreement of the demo.
Is the owner here?
Yes.
Currently, does this present a hazard to the neighborhood?
Yes, it does. It's currently fenced off as well. No. No, okay, no, I'm not focusing.
But I don't speak English very well.
Pardon? Speak into the microphone so we can hear you.
I don't speak English very well.
Are you the owner of this property?
Yes.
Why are you here? You don't want it demolished?
Yes, But the problem is I was busy when the GM company called me. I was so busy, so I told her to wait, and I have to call her back like in 2 hours. So she called me back, and I told her, like I told you, I'm too busy. Can you wait like 1 more hour, and then I go and sign the paper? So she didn't wait. She called the police to pick up to remove the cars, and she was planning to start with the demolition.
Why would you want to wait? It looks to me like it's very dangerous, like the wall, since the roof is collapsed, it's probably balloon construction, that's the only thing holding the walls up, and that's all burned out. So it could fall on the neighbor's house or on a child in the neighborhood.
And because I was like 2 hours away from the house, so I can come real fast to sign the papers. So that's why, but I just told her to wait like an hour, and then I can sign the papers.
What
But she didn't wait.
papers is she talking about?
I guess she got papers from your insurance, was it?
No, from the GMC demolition company.
From Jim, I guess, some order, I'm not sure. She needed to sign some paperwork.
The contract with them to start with the demolition.
She was gonna handle it on her own. She was, sounds like they were gonna handle it on her own, but didn't have papers.
Chris was concerned about
Okay.
I think she wants to proceed with it.
Okay.
When can our contractor be out there to do this demolition?
There was 2 bids from GM and from JM, and GM came at lower. So he already had his equipment out there ready to go last Friday, but stopped because no one presented it to you guys at last Thursday's meeting. So he, I believe, still has his equipment there, and he just needs to go ahead and start. He did come in as a lower bidder.
It looks really bad. I think we should proceed with it. I think it presents a real danger to the neighborhood. And I don't want the liability or responsibility of not doing this and have somebody get hurt out there.
I agree.
I'm gonna make the recommendation that we proceed with the demolition order.
And I'll concur. Thank you. Item I, rental registration hearing on property located at 6019 173rd Place.
Yes, this, looks like they were living there since 2013. It's 1 unit, and the homestead was removed in 2013, and it looks like it's been rented from 2013 to 2016. Like I said, 1 unit, so.
My parents were actually living there. My wife and I were living there, moved out. My parents wanted to come up a little closer, kids. They moved in there, didn't pay rent. Moved out in the very end of December 2015. I was one unemployed at a property management company, local property managers, to secure a tenant and get someone in there, which they did in April. And then that management company came in able to pay the rent registration for this year, and then we were called in. I got some bills from my dad going to that house. I got the water bill and the power bill in my name as of earlier this spring. I had to execute the lease as of April of this year as Sunday.
Is this the only property that you own in Hammond?
I have one other property.
And is that registered?
Yes.
When you wanna do
Are
that?
we late on 16 then?
Yeah, you're just late on 15.
Or on 16?
16, it sounds, yeah,
Oh,
16 is what he's saying. He's saying that families lived there until they got a new tenant as of December?
No, as of April.
As of April?
Yeah, my
April of this year.
parents moved out in December. It was vacant for 3 or 4 months. We moved together and got a tenant in place and paid for the registration and being able, property manager came in and did flag your office and say, hey,
That's how we can, right.
Since the 2012, which is when we moved out. And my parents moved in.
I'm going to make the recommendation to waive the late fees. The unit will have to be registered for 2016 at a rate of $5.
Yeah. And also, you'll have to fill out some affidavits saying that your family was living there, your parents were living there the years previous. Okay? Yeah, just wait afterwards. You can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have item J, a rental registration hearing on property located at 3942 Toll. Is that property owner here?
Go ahead and relay your name. William Wynand. Yeah, as of June of 2015, we started doing research into the property, contacted the water department, at which time they informed us that there was a tenant in the property and the bill had been in her name since March of 2015. According to Lake County Treasurer and Assessor's site, Mr. Wynand purchased the property or was listed as the owner since March 30th of 2015. Last year in September, he had requested an appeal hearing. For one reason or another, didn't attend, and the $500 late fee was assessed for 15. Subsequently, that was sent to collections, to Smith Sursick's office. And this year, he attempted to register the property prior to the cutoff date of April 15th. That was returned to him because 15 was not settled as of yet, and then that was returned. What we're looking for is to settle 2015. As for 16, he did attempt to register before the date. We do have new policies and procedures in place where we will accept rental registrations if previous years aren't settled as of yet. We can go through the collections process to get that taken care of. So as for 2016, we're not opposed to waiving the late fee for him, as he did attempt and submitted his information prior to the cutoff date being applied. However, with 2015, I would request that the fee still be applied, as there were months went by where he was given opportunities to come in for a hearing. He had a tenant in there, for the majority of the year. He would have been able to register on time had he come in with a lease within 30 days of getting it rented out and showing that he was a new owner. So that would be my recommendation. Mr. Wyland, go ahead and do this.
1 unit?
Yeah, single family. First of all, this was my first rental that I've ever bought. I didn't know there was a registration fee. So just talking through friends, they had told me about it. So I went upstairs, talked to Lynn, tried getting it done. But she said I had to go to, well, she sent me a hearing date, which I didn't get. Then I made other attempts through her. I called, or I wrote a letter to the judge, which I should have never done, I guess. It should have been to Lynn or the department. And they said I would hear back from them for another court date, and there never was one. So this year, when I sent in my money, $5 fee, they sent it back, saying I didn't take care of 15 yet, which I knew that, but I never got a second court date. I never got a chance to come back and take care of that.
Okay, sir, is your address 10017 Getler Street?
It is.
Dyer, Indiana?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's where everything was mailed to.
Right, I understand that.
So why you didn't receive those previous letters, I
Right.
can't answer that.
There was one letter she said that was sent,
And then we
nothing
sent
else
it to
after
Kevin.
that. When I requested another court hearing, there was nothing ever given to me.
Already went through.
She couldn't even find anything for that.
That's when he wrote the letter.
I have made attempts,
So it went through Kevin already through
phone
the
calls,
collection process.
showing up here. We'll call you back, we'll call you back.
And when-
Never got
Do you
any.
know,
Letter
any
about it?
properties?
My first one.
Sir, did you receive any correspondence from Smith Sursick regarding this matter
Yes,
after you missed the court date?
yes.
What happened after that? Did
That's
you,
when I contacted Lynn to see if I could get a second hearing, come back here, and I never got anything from her. She couldn't even find anything when I was in last month or whatever. She couldn't find anything that they sent me for a second hearing when I requested it. I mean, typically that's why we work with Smith.
Right.
Once it gets to that point, they're able to contact, their office, normally work out an agreement for some type of, payment options or whatever. I understand the we want to ensure that if we're giving proper notice, we operate solely off the information that owners provide to Lake County for, recording purposes and, ownership purposes and tax and everything else. That way we know that we have the most up-to-date information to notify them when there's issues. I haven't had any issues with the property, or with the tenants, any violations. I understand that you've made every attempt and effort to try to get it straightened out. Typically, that's why we incorporated this collections process, so that way, once we've made all of our attempts to resolve the situation with the owner, then they take over and then they work with them, to get it straightened out. I'm gonna leave it up to the board as far as, their decision for 15. As far as 16 is concerned, he made every attempt to try to register the property on time prior to the cutoff date. I just want to make sure that he understands that this is something that has to be done on an annual basis and taken care of.
Before April 5th.
Right, at which I did try this year, like I said last year, numerous phone calls to man, Linda. Coming here, I probably have the letter I wrote to whatever. I thought that's who I had to write, request the second hearing,
Okay.
and it got all confused, but she did see the letter.
Okay.
She said she'd send me a
Okay.
second hearing date, and I never got it.
I think the problem comes in, sir, is that you contacted the wrong entity. With it going to the judge, they may have said that there would be another one coming, but because they don't handle this, they didn't have any paperwork to follow up on it, and so it got lost in the chain of command.
She did eventually get that paper, that letter, but it was like, I don't know if it was months
Right.
later.
We're a little bit stuck right now because it's already gone through the collection process. So we will go ahead and waive the late fee for 2016. However, we're going to, it will be my recommendation that we impose the late fee for 2015 as it's already been through that process. And you then would contact Smith Sursick and you can discuss with him a payment plan and negotiate some of that terms at that level. We're a little bit stuck here now though. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show that good cause has been shown for 2016, waive the late fee. We're going to uphold the late fee that was assessed for 2015, and the unit must be registered for both years at $5. So we're looking at $510 total.
2015, I made numerous attempts. I've come in here 4 or 5 times, talked to Lynn myself.
I understand, but once it got to that process, once you missed the hearing date here, and then you went to the judge, they don't handle it. So in that meantime, there was already an order that came down. It was already sent over to Smith Sursick, so it's in that process already. So you can contact him and work with him or the law firm to negotiate that fee.
I think I did try contacting them, and they said I had to talk to you guys first. I didn't.
Yeah.
What you're trying to explain is once it gets to the collection process, they can't really make a ruling on it any further at this point in time because they have to do any type of legal proof. You can contact his office, work out a lower payment, or work out an agreement, or whatever. They will work with you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll concur with that recommendation. We move down to item K, a rental registration hearing on property located at 1030 Moss. Is that property owner here, 1030 Moss?
All right, 1030 Moss, there was a little typo. Actual address should have been 1050 Moss, with the owner being Gary Romano. Are you Gary Romano? Yes, sir. Okay. And you do own 1050 Moss? Okay. So I'd like to bring up 1050 Moss as he is the owner. 1030 was just a typo. What we have 1050 as is a 2-unit, and he did not register for this year alone.
But he's already registered before?
He's been registered every year except this year.
What happened this year?
Sir, your name?
The check came in late to your hands. It was dated on the 4/8, and you received it after the 15th. I reside in Florida, so I'm assuming.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I reside in Florida, and maybe it got messed in the mail, but I have the check that I sent out. I came back up from Florida to handle this because I thought,
They just returned the check to you because it came in after the date?
yes, sir.
Can't really see the end of it. Okay. No issues with this property in the past? Okay. We'll make a recommendation to waive the late fee. The unit must be registered, both units must be registered for 2016 at a rate of $5 each for a total of $10.
And I'll concur.
Okay.
Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 6940 Alabama Avenue.
Yeah.
Are you the property owner?
Yes, sir.
I forgot to register. I just slipped my mind. I work nights and I got it last year, but this year it just slipped my mind. Pardon me?
Single family, one?
Well, it's a 2 units, a duplex. I live on one side and I rent the other side out. And I just totally forgot about it. I'm not making no excuses though.
Any issues with that property?
No issues.
Registered in the past?
Yeah,
Yes. He's the new owner as of last year.
yeah.
Make the recommendation to waive the late fee for 2016. It must be registered at $5 per unit, which would just be the one unit,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
I'd like to recognize Councilman Mark Kalwinski, who just stepped into the room. Okay, we'll move down to item N.
Concur.
I concur with the recommendation, sorry. Item M, rental registration hearing on property located at 3435 Orchard Drive and 3353 Orchard.
Yeah, good morning. These are properties that are owned by Cornerstone Baptist Church, formerly Orchard Drive Baptist Church.
You're the management company?
No, I'm one of the church trustees. My dad has been handling this.
What's your name for the
John
record?
Cruz, C-R-U-S-E. And it's just a matter of oversight. We had some changes in leadership this year, and my dad's been ill, dealing with, he's in the hospital with leukemia, and it slipped through the cracks.
Just for the record, it was registered every other year, just not restricting these two properties, each are single-family homes.
Yeah, we rent them as part of our benevolence program. We only rent to 375. We had like people that are in need of help with rents. So, I mean,
And there has not been an issue.
Make the recommendation to waive the late fee for 2016. Both units must be registered at a rate of $5.
no, yeah, these are properties that are on our church property, continuous land. The old Wedgewood property, I don't know if you're familiar with Hespel or not. Yeah. Old farmhouse, and then there's a house behind the church that's
Okay, I'll concur with your recommendation. Item N, correspondence received requesting rental registration hearing. How many we got?
Three.
Everyone scheduled. Item 28,
Make the recommendation to schedule these rental registration hearings for July 28th.
I'll concur. Item O, correspondence received from Construction CAD Solutions requesting permission to work in the right of way at Calumet Avenue and Sheffield Avenue.
Mr. President, may I have a look at that one in particular?
For action?
I don't, there's another one that we received yesterday, I just want to make sure it's not the same action that we need to defer.
This is basically, south of that area. It's really, yeah, maybe you should take a look at this. Let's skip over this one, you can take a look at it, and then just bring it up later in the meeting. Okay, we'll skip item O. We'll move down to item P, correspondence received from Harbor Group Incorporated regarding the biohazardous cleanup at 6817 Berry. Yeah, it sounds, sounds disgusting. This was someone.
Yeah, what it was, yeah, it's been brought up many times, for demo, and, actually a lady did come in here, a couple months ago to try to get it back, but there was a lot of cat feces in the home, and pretty much, what? And yeah, it's still on the demo.
he looks for somebody to approve it for that cost. Really do the demo until this is taken care of.
We'll make a recommendation to approve it subject to Kelly's review and recommendation. I'll make a recommendation to approve the contract subject to, Mr. Kearney's review and approval.
Item Q, correspondence received from Gary Gleason, Director of Public Works, recommending painting the west side of the curb yellow from 7446 Harrison south to the stop sign and placing a four-way stop at 170th and Jackson Avenue for a 90-day trial. Gary, this is 20 foot before the stop sign?
We tried that, it didn't work, because on the, east side, there's a daycare. So the problem is that's so narrow right there, when they pull up to it and you turn the corner and somebody's already heading south on Harrison, they stop the traffic right in the middle of the street. So we did try it a couple weeks ago, and putting the extra yellow on there didn't do it. So we're gonna bring it back, that whole corner, to just, I sent you pictures, you got.
So because of the daycare, you got a little higher traffic.
It's got a little, well, you also have parking in front of the daycare and then across the street, so there's not enough room to put two cars through once they park. So when they turn off of 75th onto Harrison, they're stopped in the middle if somebody's already trying to go around and park a car on the west side.
Make a recommendation to approve Mr. Gleason's request.
Next, we move to item R, request for advertising dates of June 28th, 29th, and 30th, with a hearing date of August 4th for blight elimination program, notice of successful application and hearing. Are these advertising dates required because of the funding?
Make a recommendation to approve the advertising dates and hearing date.
Item S, correspondence received from Hammond Port Authority requesting permission to hold fireworks on 4th of July and Venetian Night, Saturday, August 6th. That's an annual event. Both of those.
Recommendation to approve the requests.
Item G, correspondence received from Ms. Soledad Ramirez requesting street closure in the 800 block of Eagle Street, Saturday, June 25th from 4:30 to 10 for a birthday party. Does this need to go to the police chief? We can approve it subject to the chief.
A recommendation to approve the request subject to the review and approval by Chief Jody.
I'll concur. Item U, correspondence received from Ms. Thomasina Satterly requesting permission to hold a block party on the 4th of July, 6300 block of California, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. with a street closure.
Make a recommendation to approve subject to the review and approval by Chief Jody.
I'll concur. Item V, correspondence received from Gus Moreno requesting permission to hold a block party the 4th of July in 6700 block of Rhode Island Avenue from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. with a street closure. That one needs to go.
Who's Frank? Who's that?
Street
Oh,
lighting, Frank?
okay.
Oh, because Frank's part of this?
Oh,
But
okay.
still needs the chief's approval.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll make a recommendation to approve the request subject to the approval of Chief Jody.
And I'll concur. Item W, correspondence received from Apostolic House of Prayer Women's Department requesting permission to hold a community day on Saturday, July 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a street closure.
Make a recommendation to approve the request subject to approval by Chief Jody.
And I'll concur. Item X, correspondence received from HC3 Board of Directors requesting permission to hold a sidewalk sale and festival Saturday, June 25th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with a street closure. Does it say which street they want to close? It's a long County street closure based on real estate for people.
Mr.
President, is that from 69th to Vine or 69th to Smith to 67th?
Well, it says,
These will be closed due to repair.
yeah, but I don't know if that still matches. This is,
Stan, they've been doing that, you know, the last 4 Saturdays. It's the same thing.
Is it Kennedy and Martha?
it's working out fine.
It's working, and we turned, yeah, the light in the bill. It's been really successful, and, it's the same thing, you'll have it for next month.
Did they close the rail crossing there?
What's that?
They're gonna rebuild, did they close the rail crossing?
No, they were supposed to, and that was gonna be a big help to them.
Yeah,
They were going to Friday.
They're supposed to
Tomorrow, yeah, so that's gonna help us either way. And we'll just close the one street.
Recommendation to approve the request?
I'll concur. Correspondence from First District Councilman Mark Delwincy and Third District Councilman Anthony Higgs allocating district funds for park and improvements. So we have, Mark Delwincy, $110,000. For him in Parks Department, and Councilman Higgs, $72,912.
I'll make a recommendation to approve both the councilman's requests.
Next, we have item C, garage sale permits. There's a bunch, because it's a busy time of year.
No location here. Assuming it's the house.
First day open. So it's just one day, right?
All right. Yeah, but the location of the event. Wait,
She just
so
didn't
she's
fill
doing
it
it
out,
at her
right?
house?
Yeah, it's probably there.
One of them is sinking.
Is it one day? 6 hours. It's probably one, it looks like she just rewrote it.
I'll make a recommendation to approve the garage sale permits.
And I'll concur. What do you want to do with that?
I will make a recommendation to defer action on the request for permit by Wide Open West.
And I'll concur. Matters from other board members, I've got 4 matters here. The first one is the approval of the purchase of a new copy machine for the Board of Public Works and the Law Department.
I'll make a recommendation to approve the request.
And next, we have, I'll concur. Request by Anthony Higgs, Councilman of 3rd District, concerning him being contacted by Carl Bassett and Carolyn Franks at 6135 Noble regarding a family gathering to be held on July 1st. They would like to request the 6100 block of Jennings to be blocked off from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And gives information to contact Ms. Bassett, or Mr. Bassett. So we can approve that subject to the chief.
I will make the recommendation to approve the request, subject to the approval by Chief Doty.
We have correspondence from Nicky. They're planning on doing some track repair on Johnson Street, and they're gonna be closing Johnson Street at their tracks from July 5th through July 15th for 10 days. So, do I have a recommendation to approve that request?
Make the recommendation to approve the request.
And I'll concur. Next, we have a contract with First Group Engineering for the connector trail, which I think will finally connect the entire city of Hammond, north and south. This will be this will connect the Erie Lackawanna Trail to all the stuff up at Wolf Lake. This is gonna be constructed with 80% federal dollars, and the engineering fee, this is gonna take a little while to do, so this probably won't go to construction until 2018, probably spring of 2018. But the engineering involved in getting this approved is $480,306. Do I have a recommendation approving that contract?
I'll make a recommendation to approve the contract.
And I'll concur. That's all I have. Do you have any other matters from board members? Matters from department heads or their representatives? New business, old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to step up to the microphone? If not, do I have a recommendation to adjourn the meeting?
I will make a recommendation to adjourn.
And I'll concur. Meeting's adjourned.